Tiny bit of volume. Could you pull this side of the screens that are going to come down, please? So if you're getting teas and coffees, don't worry, because you can walk round the end. But if you're here for the auction, if you'd like to come forward of the screens, please. They actually will come down on your head there, sir. Come straight down there. So that's it. There's still some chairs at the front if you want to head through. Okay. Right, you going to come forward, or you stand that side of the screens, are you? Come on then. Back them down. That's it. The screens come down, Mark. What do you think? There's enough people here. It's not as busy as it has been. Do you still want to do it?
No, don't do that if you want to.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well. We'll just do a fairly quick pan. Just not too long. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Worsted Park. Welcome to our autumn property auction. As you'll know from the catalogues and from the viewings that you've done, we've got a nice variety of properties and several investments. And the question we've been asked quite a lot in this particular auction is, can you explain what a periodic tenancy is? So I'm just going to very quickly give you a very brief lesson on a periodic tenancy, which will take 30 seconds, hopefully. Nowadays, practically all new tenancies are what's called ASTs, assured short hold tenancies. They give the security to the tenant and the landlord. So a 6-month AST, the tenant knows they're going to be there for 6 months. Equally, the landlord knows they're going to have a tenant for 6 months, so nobody worries about it. At the end of that 6 months, what happens? And there's one of 3 things that can happen. Either the tenant can leave, or you can issue a new AST, or you can go on to a rolling tenancy, and that rolling tenancy is what is known as a periodic tenancy. Once you're into a periodic tenancy, the tenant has to give 1 month's notice to leave, and a landlord would have to give 2 months' notice for the tenant to leave. So as you can see, there is a benefit behind an AST because everybody can plan, they know exactly the timescales involved, whereas with a periodic, as a landlord, you've only got to give 2 months, and as a tenant, has only got to give you 1 month. So that's my little lesson. I always wanted to be a teacher, so I've now told you all about periodic tenancies. I'm just going to quickly run through a couple of other things very quickly, if I may do. Firstly, thank the exhibitors that have attended here today. They always support us. They are going to be here after the auction, so if you want to speak to somebody about mortgages, solicitors, rental companies, they're here. Do talk to them after the sale. That's their specialty. That's what they're good at, so they're worth talking to. I also have made a note to make sure that I do thank the Worsted Park events team because they always help us getting everything sorted out beforehand, and they're always very, very good. So I thank Worsted Park as well. As far as today is concerned, I'll quickly run through the procedure so everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. You may hear me mention that we have a commission or a proxy bid. That's when we are bidding on behalf of third parties who have been unable to get to the auction for whatever reason. They actually are probably watching now live because we stream the auction live. So what I'm going to do, if it's all right with you guys, is just ask Luke to quickly spin the camera around because we never normally show the audience. So if you can all wave at the camera as it just spins around very briefly, just so they can see that it is actually a real auction room and there are people here. So Our people that are abroad watching the auction, they can actually see that we have actually got an auction room full of people. But as I say, if I say I've got a commission bid or proxy bid, it means I'm bidding on a third party's behalf. We also, have we got a telephone bid, Luke, for this one? We haven't in the end, have we? No, we haven't. So we've only got proxy bids in this auction. Once the hammer falls, you have purchased that property unconditionally. There is no going back at that point. So I always say you must have looked at the property, you must have gone through the legal documents very carefully, and you must have your finance in place. And you should have sought independent advice, professional advice on any of those aspects if you're uncertain of any of them. And if you're uncertain of any of them now, please do not bid. As I say, if I put the hammer down, that is it. You have bought that property unconditionally. The winning bidder, either Lorraine or Jill here, will pop out and see you. They'll take your details. They'll give you a buyer information form just to complete with your details on. They'll also take your proof of IDs at this point. They'll take it over to the clerking area. During the course of the auction, the contracts will be prepared. After the auction, winning bidders are asked to stay behind, sign the contracts, pay their deposit checks, pay their admin fees, and sign the contracts after the auction and then head off home. We do handle that in lot order. So if you happen to have bought lot number 10, you might want to head straight to the cafe and get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something just to allow us time to get through the other lots first. Okay, that's enough of my waffle. Let's start off with lot number 1. As I say, it will be always displayed on the screen, so you won't be able to bid on the wrong lot, I hope. So lot number 1, here we go, 2A Ruskin Road in Ipswich. It's captured a lot of people's imaginations, suits a variety of uses, subject to planning. I mean, I've been asked, could I run a business? Can I demolish it? Can I rebuild it? What about storage? Etc., etc. I mean, I've had so many questions about it, and I haven't been able to give anybody any answers. You must establish yourself in your own minds what you can and can't do with this property, but it certainly is a very interesting and unusual opportunity. Strong interest prior to auction on it, so at 15,000 I can start it because I'm on commission at 15, so it's with me at 15, looking for somebody in the room to take me to 16. Somebody else here at 16, please. With me only at 15,000. Who's here for it at 16? Anybody else going to put the hand? 16, thank you. 16 I have. Anybody else want to join in at 17? So 16 only at the moment. 16? I can go 17. I can go 17, 18, 19. You in? At 20. Anybody else want to join in? We're at 20,000 at the moment. At 20,000 at the moment, are we all done at 20? At 20,000, I can go 21, I'm afraid. 22, 22. Right, I can go 23, 24. Anybody else want to join in? We're at 24 at the moment, seated. I can go the half, and that's my lot then. 25 then. It's with you in the room at 25. It's in the room at 25,000 if we're all done. I'm amazed. I thought it would make more, but I will be selling at 25,000. Make no mistakes. If we're all done, I'm going to sell at 25,000 then. For the first time of asking, at 25,000. Second time at 25,000. Third and final time at 25,000. It's all yours, madam. Well done. Just realised I haven't got a pen. Right. Cracking on to lot number 2, as it's shown on the screen there. 57 Dandelion Close. Again, generated strong interest prior to auction. Again, I do have a commission bid on this one, so I will be bidding on behalf of a third party. Long-standing tenant in this situ in this one. They've been there for nearly 10 years, I think. They're now on what's known as a periodic tenancy, and you all know what that means. They're very keen to stay as well, so whoever buys them, if you're looking for a good tenant who can look after the house, you know, these people are very, very keen to stay. Well presented, 3-bedroom accommodation, has gas central heating, double glazing. It's got 2 parking spaces as well, which is another big plus for it. And it's also on quite a large plot, quite deceptive because it runs out to the side as well. So good opportunity this one, lot number 2, 57 Dandelion. I will start it at low guide on commission again, because as I say, I do have a commission bid at 110. Looking for 112 from somebody else. With me at 110. Anybody else here for it? 112. No, we're all done, are we, at 110? Nobody else here for it? Thank you. 112, 114, 116, 118, 120. You in, sir? So at 120 with the lady there, 120. At 120. Are we all done at 120? 122, thank you, 122. 24. No, at 24 then. At 124. At 124. Looking for 26 from somebody at 124 only. At 124. 126, thank you, 126. 128. 29 right at the back. 129 right at the back, new bid. 129. Anybody else in for it? At 129 only? At 130 then. At 130. At 130, are we all done? At 130. Nope, you're right. Okay, at 130 I'm selling as well. At 130. If we're all done at 130, I'm going to sell. For the first time of asking then at 130,000. Second time of asking at 130. Third and final time at 130,000. Well done. Excellent, thank you. Lot number 3. 8 Menai Court, Bothorpe Close. Purpose-built ground floor flat. Stunning location, North Ipswich. It's one of the best locations in Ipswich, quite honestly. This one doesn't have a periodic, it has an assured short hold tenant in it for 12 months. It's a new tenancy, as we know. It's a brand new tenancy for 12 months. One of the best locations in the town. Enjoys the benefit of garage and parking as well. Very clean. All the photographs that you'll have seen online, I actually took myself just before the tenant went in. So it's a lovely, clean house, apartment, should I say. I know it is. Very good one, this one. Who wants to start me off on this one? Is anybody here to start me off at 60? Somebody start me at 60? Start me at 50 then, somebody. Somebody's got to buy me at 50. 50 I have, thank you. 52, 54, 56, 58. You in? No? At 58 then. Gentleman there at 58. 60 right at the back. 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 2, 4, 6. No? 7? No? Okay, 76 then right at the back. 76. Anybody else want to join in? I'll take the 1 now if you like. We're at 76. 77. 77 to my right. 77, 78, 79. No, you're out then at 79,000. At 79,000. Are we all done at 79? Take 500 from somebody if you like. We're at 79,000 and selling. And a half then. Half there. 80. 80,000. You can do the other half. 80 and a half. 81. 81 to my right. You in? And a half. 82. No, you're out. Then at 82,000 we have it. At 82,000 to my right if we're all done. At 82,000 and going to sell at 82 if we're all done. Okay, first time of asking then at 82,000. Second time of asking at 82,000 and a half. 83 and a half. 84 and a half. 85. No, at 85 then. At 85,000 then for the first time of asking. 85 for the second time of asking. Third and final time at 85,000. Sold to the gentleman there. Thank you. Right, here we go. Lot number 4. This is 28 Kingston Road. There it is. Very deceptive house, this one. It's the second of today's properties that's subject to a periodic tenancy. Again, you all now know what a periodic tenancy is, so it's subject to one of those. Super tenants here as well. A lovely little family living here, and they're very keen to stay as well. So you're going to buy a property with a tenant in situ. They're very happy to stay, although if you want to change it, you can do because it's only on a periodic. A very unusual house as well. I think there's only about 15 or there's about 16 of this particular house type in the whole of the town, in that it's a Victorian, but it's split level, so way ahead of their time. You've actually got 5 different levels on this property, as those of you that went to have a look at it will know. Very unusual. Again, benefits from mostly double glazing, gas central heating, It's for you, sir. So, lot number 4, 28 Kingston Road. 100, 125 is the guide. Somebody start me at 100 on it. Start me at 100 for it. 100 I've got there, thank you. 100 I have, looking for 102 from somebody. At 100 only, looking for 102. At 102. 102 I have now. 102. At 102, looking for 104 from somebody else. 102 only. 104, thank you. 6. 8. 10. 110 then I have. At 110, looking for 112 from somebody. 110 I have. At 110,000, 112, thank you. 112. 112. 14. 14. 114 I have. 114 I have, looking for 116 from somebody. At 114, are we all done at 114,000? At 114, we're all done? All done at 114. Can't sell it. Come and see me post-sale. We've got a little bit of legs on it, but we're not that far off, if I'm honest with you, so do come and see me, please. Here we go. Another interesting one, this one. The former site of Westgrove House, I think Westgrove House has been duplicated there, it should only say it once. The former site of Westgrove House, Mendlesham Green, Stowmarket. A lot of you have looked at this. I've had a lot of conversations with people about it, and I think I'm telling you all what you know already, but I will quickly run through it. A checkered history, to say the least. As described in the catalogue, it wasn't the seller's fault, but basically a property was built on the site which didn't comply. The local authority flexed its muscles, and as such, the property had to be demolished, which was unbelievable, but it did. And despite several attempts from the vendor to sort of get it sorted, as I say, it was actually demolished. And I think the vendor, in their defence, has lost the will and desire, quite honestly, to pursue it anymore from it. And I can understand that. Let's make it very clear, it's actually being sold without planning permission. So I don't want anybody saying, oh, it's had a house, it's being sold without planning permission. And you must have made your own decisions as to whether you're going to get it there. And certainly if you've driven down there, you'll see all the houses in the area and the infills, but you must be comfortable yourself. To recuperate some of their huge losses, we've agreed that we should put in what's called an overage or an uplift clause on this particular property. What that means is we'll sell it today. If in the future, when in the future possibly, somebody gets planning permission to build a house on it, at that point they will pay a further £30,000 to the seller. Sounds like a lot, but put into perspective, if you buy it today for 30, you then pay another 30 when you get your planning, so it stands you in at 60. On a plot that's probably worth 125 to 150, you are still buying very, very well and very much below market value. So I do consider it to be an absolute bargain. As I say, generated strong interest. Who's going to start me? We're asking 30 plus, which it doesn't show on there, but we are asking 30 plus. Is somebody going to start me off at 30? Be brave. Somebody start me at 20 then? It's got to be worth 20 to somebody, hasn't it? It's going to be worth some bit more than that, I know, from the people that are here. 20,000, somebody start me off. 20 I have, thank you. 20 I knew I would do. 20 I have, looking for 22 from somebody. We're at 20,000, looking for 22. At 20,000, 22, thank you. 24. 25. At 25,000 then, looking for 26 from somebody. We're at 25 only, at 25. Looking for 26 from somebody, at 25,000 only. Are we all done? At 25. At 25, all done? At 25,000, all done. 26, thank you. 27. 28. 29. 30. At 30,000 I have now. At 30, I'll take the half if you like. No, we're at 30,000 then at the back there. You're winning at the moment, sir, at 30,000. And selling. At 30,000, selling. Where are we going? 30, 31. 32. 33. At 33,000 then. At 33,000 and selling. At 33,000, I'll take a small one from somebody if you like, otherwise I'm going to sell. At 33,000 then. You sure, gentlemen? At 33,000 then for the first time of asking. 33,000 for the second time of asking. Third and final time at £33,000. Sold to the young lady just here. Thank you. We have lot number 6, another one of those periodic tenancies again. Again, long-standing tenancy. They've been there for about 8 years, I think, very keen to stay. So you're buying a property with a tenant in, if that's what you're looking for. Currently yielding £6,600. As we know, the property has double glazing. It has gas central heating. It's a good area. The nice thing with this area is if it ever becomes vacant, it's close proximity to the college, to schools. It's on the eastern side of town. You know you're going to get tenants in it overnight. It also would work speculatively, I suggest. So somebody could buy this at the right price, and then when it becomes vacant, bring it back to the market, make a profit. Works well, I think. So again, I do have a commission bid on this one, so I am going to be bidding on behalf of a third party, so I will start it at 100,000. So it is starting with me at 100, looking for 102 from the room, please. 102 seated, thank you. 102, 104, 6, 8. Yes, sir, you in? You in? No, 108, 110, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26 then, 126,000. Add 126,000 seated. Add 126,000. Anybody else want to join in? Take the half if you like now. 126, 126 and a half. 127, 127 and a half. 28, 128 and a half. 29, 129. Add 129 seated there and a half. 130. 130 and a half. 31 and a half. 2. No, at 32 seated then. At 132 with the lady seated there, who drives an electric car. At 132,000 if we're all done. It's a very nice car as well. If we're all done, I'm going to sell at 132,000. So are you sure you don't want to come in again? 132 and a half, madam, sorry. 133 and a half. 34. No, okay. At 134 then, and going to sell. At 134,000. For the first time of asking then, at 134. Second time at 134. Third and final time at 134. Well done, thank you. It's the lady seated. That's right, there we are. Let's move on to lot number 7, which I will just flash up. As you know, sorry, I apologise, it has been sold prior. This was conducted outside of our usual protocol, unfortunately, and I apologise. As I say, it was out of our control, and we had to act upon client instructions, which is distressing sometimes for us because we have a protocol we like to adopt. Out of my hands, so I do apologise. It has now been sold prior. Move on to lot number 8. This is more fun now. And this is the last of the tenanted investments that we're offering from the same client. Nice periodic one again. Tenant's been in there for quite a while. I know that this particular tenant is considering handing his notice in. Nothing wrong with the property, but it's just these circumstances are changing, so it might well be, although it's being sold with a periodic, that it becomes vacant fairly soon. He has looked after it meticulously well. It is incredibly well looked after. 2 bedrooms and first floor bathroom, which are all have autonomy, so you haven't got to go through a bedroom to get to a bathroom or anything like that. Gas central heating, through lounge diner. The note I've got in here is mature double glazing. I think that means it's beginning to get on a little bit. So it's something that, but having said that, it's working. So you have to say, whilst it's working, leave it in situ. Definitely it's going to provide a very strong addition to any residential portfolio, and I certainly think it works on a speculative basis as well, this particular property. Again, I do have a commission bid. I've had them on all of these, so I have on this one as well, so I'm going to start it at 110. It's with me at 110, going up in some 2s, please. So 110 with me, looking for 12 from the room, please. 112, thank you. 112, anybody else want to join in at 114, please? 112, 14, anybody? 14 of the lady there, thank you. 114, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. At 130 with the lady seated there again. At 130, looking for 32 from somebody. Looking for 132. 132, thank you, sir. 132. 134. Take the 1 if you like now. No, still then, it's 134. 135, gentlemen here. 135. 36. 37. No, at 137 then. At 137 to my right. At 137 to my right and going to sell. If we're all done, 38, thank you. 138 there I have. 39. 39 I have. You all right with that, sir? Yeah? Yep, 139 then. You in, sir? 140. At 140. You're right, sir? 140 then, gentlemen, standing there at 140. At 140, obviously, and selling at 140 if we are all done. Going to sell at 140 if we're all done. Little one? Yep, half then. 40 and a half, just to test you. You're not going to go with it? May have been a good shout. At 140, 500, you sure, sir? At 140, 500, I'm going to sell, obviously. Anybody else want to join in quickly? And 41. I thought he would do, sorry. You're right then. At 141, I'll be fairly quick. If we're all done at 141, for the first time of asking at 141. Second time of asking at 141. Third and final time at 141,000. Gentleman there, thank you very much indeed, sir. Lot number 9, little gem over in Colchester. This is 39 George Williams Way, Colchester. And I think you can only really describe this one as exceptional value for money. When you look at the price that they're retailing for at the moment, it's quite phenomenal. So the guide that we've set on this is incredibly low, incredibly low. Built in 2002, purpose-built. In fairness, it hasn't had a huge amount done to it since then. It's still got the magnolia walls, but it's a very clean, tidy flat. You could certainly, from an investment point of view, get a tenant in straight away. From an owner-occupier point of view, you could move in straight away. You might want to change things, but it's only 2002. It's not that old. Nice property, this one. We've had some good interest on this one. And again, now this is one where I do have commission bid online, don't I? So we've got a commission bid on this one as well. So I will start it at 100, as that's where I've started them all at bottom guide, and we'll go up fairly quickly. 2, anybody else want to join in? 102, 104, somebody? I can go if I need to, if nobody else here for it. 14, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. It's with me at 128 then. I'm on commission at 128. Anybody else want to join in? Add 128,000. Add 128,000. Anybody else want to join in? 29? 29, I'm at 130. I'm at 130 then, on commission at 130. Anybody else want to put a 1 on? Try it. I'm at 130. If we're all done, I'm going to sell. 31, thank you. I'm out at this point. It's at 131 in the room now. At 131,000 in the room, are we all done? And a half. 2. No? At 132. An exceptional buy at 132,000, I have to say. Sorry, madam, but I must say it's a very good buy. If we're all done, I'm going to sell. At 132,000, I'm going to sell. For the first time of asking then, at 132 and a half. Sorry, 33 and a half. 34 and a half. 35 and a half. 6. No, you're out. At 136 then. At 136, young lady sitting at the back there, at 136,000 and selling. First time at 136. Second time at 136. Third and final time at 136. Well done. Thank you. That was obviously our penultimate lot. Before I offer the last lot, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I hope you've enjoyed it. Regulars will know that we often give flowers away. Unfortunately, these are not practical, so we're going to give these to the buyers. So I do apologise if you're hoping you're going to get some flowers when you leave, but today we're just going to give each of the buyers a little bunch on their way out. Do please make sure you come to our Christmas sale, because we always give flowers away at our Christmas sale, normally little Christmas cactuses or something like that. So if you want some flowers, come to our Christmas sale. It is in December, and we are taking instructions for that auction now. Right, let's crack on with this one, lot number 10. Exciting one, this one. The room has still got lots of people in it. Why? Because this type of property doesn't come up very often, does it? I mean, we're talking about an absolute gem. North Ipswich Village, a short drive from Ipswich. Quarter of an acre plot, requires renovation, and has got huge potential. You know, these sort of things are what we all dream about coming to the market. It's a stunning opportunity for someone. Interested parties will note that there is a mention of an overage clause in the catalogue, and there is within the legal pack. You shouldn't interpret that as saying that you will definitely get planning now, because we don't know whether you would or not. What we're saying is that if within the next 25 years somebody gets planning to develop that site, put another property on it, or change the little lodge into a property or something like that, and they get planning for that, at that point you would have to pay the seller a further 25% of the value of that land. Not of the finished product, just of the land. So we're not saying it'll definitely get it, but if it does in the future, you need to bear that in mind. Generated huge interest, lots of viewers, and I know there's a lot of you here today to look at this one, to wave at me. We're asking 150 plus, and I don't suppose anybody's going to start wheels in motion by putting the hand in the air at 150, are they? 250 even. You'll all put your hand in the air. See, none of you put your hand in the air when I was saying 150. How am I going to get on with 250? Somebody start me at 250? Start me at 225 then. I know there are people here for it. Somebody start me off. Somebody start me, please. Something. 150. Somebody start me. Are we not going to sell it today? What are we going? 200. 200 in fives then. We're at 200 in fives. At 200 in fives. Looking for 205 from somebody. 200 only? At 200. Are we all done? 25. Thank you. You and madam? 210. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35. 40. 45. 50. At 250 then. At 250. Young lady there in at the beginning and still there at 250,000. And I'm going to sell it. At 250 I can sell. Anybody else want to join in? At 250,000. Are we all done? I'm flabbergasted, but I will sell. At 250. Anybody want to put 2 on that? 2, thank you. 252. 252. 252 against you, madam. 252, 54, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70. No, you're out then at 270. Young lady still in at 270. At 270. At 270,000. At 270, all done at 270. Selling at 270, if we are all done. Take the 1 if you like now. No? Okay, at 270 and in a position to sell. For the first time of asking, at 271, thank you. 71, sorry madam. 271, 72, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. Is it 279 in the room? Against you? At 279, I can see you're trying to take instructions. Go for it. At 279. At 279, I'm going to sell. 280. 81. 81. At 281 then. At 281, are we all done now at 281? At 281 and selling at 281. Make sure you show your hand clearly because I'm going to sell at 281. 281 for the first time of asking. 281 for the second time of asking. 281, third and final time. Sold to the gentleman seated at the back. Well done, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for attending. I hope you've enjoyed the auction. Successful bidders, please stay behind to sign your contracts and pay your deposit monies. And look forward to welcoming you all in December. Thank you.